Uh-oh.
Yeah. And we work mainly in Kensington serving, right now we're serving homeless people in Kensington, but we also are serving several like summer camps for kids also.
Okay, listen. Wow, you know what's weird? I'm surprised you're talking. A lot of people who help the homeless people in Kensington don't like me.
Well, I see what you do, bro, and I'm just trying to like, I want to like kind of like pick your brain a little bit about this. You know what I mean? Because I actually I used to live in Kensington homeless, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you're a bad dude at all. I see what you're doing, and like I get it. You know what I mean? But I got clean because this person that I live with now was out there serving food for like many years, and I ran into her for a lot of years, and like she's the one that put the fire under my ass to get clean. You know what I mean?
What was it?
I was on dope.
There has to be one thing.
My main thing was dope.
No, I'm saying what was the thing that made you? What was the thing that was said to you that made you say fuck?
It wasn't even like words. It was actions. It was like somebody actually showing me like your work. Like, I had no reason to get clean until someone stepped in my life and was like, "Yo, I care if you get clean." You know what I mean?
Easy smoke.
Listen, man, I'm cool with that, man.
Okay.
Cool with that. Absolutely.
Now, listen. Here's the thing. I'll tell you. Some people, I never really got to explain myself about Kensington. Sometimes
I got it, man.
Okay. Here's my thing. My friend Billy died about, I think we're going on 5 years.
Okay.
And then my cousin George died.
All right.
2 years later. And they both died because they got shit on Kensington Ave, right?
Right.
So, I don't like the fact that it's readily available. Like it's so easy to get. Why is it so easy to get? It's right. Like I could just get it. It's so easy. It's outrageous that it's so easy to get. And plus, I lived in that neighborhood as a kid, so I'm like, well, this is outrageous. What's going on here? It's so when I first started doing it, I would just walk around where I grew up. That was my channel when I first started. I would just walk around places where I grew up, and I walked all around Port Richmond. So I started going into my Kensington videos and make videos where I grew up in Kensington. And then I don't know when it happened. I think I started when August 18th of last year. I started feeling like I had a duty to go down there and film it because I wanted people who run for office to use my content in their videos. Like I was documenting. I hate this fucking camera. I was documenting the changes. And one thing I saw down there really fucked me up. And I had to spend like 2 therapy sessions on it.
Okay.
I saw a person die. And I saw kids walking from the school I went to as a kid. And there was a person dead on the pavement. And these kids walked right past the dead person.
Something bad going around.
Filming it because I was filming it.
Right.
And I kind of look at I live life through the lens. I don't pay attention to what's around me. And when I watched it back, I noticed those kids couldn't give a fuck about that dead person. And they didn't even look at it. Now, and then it made me think about when I was a kid, if I saw a dead person, I would be talking about that for 25 years. It would be such a traumatic event. It was like, holy fuck, I saw a dead person on the street. But these kids are so fucking... These kids are destroyed. They're like, they're like mentally... They're going to be a PTSD, or they're going to be so desensitized to living because of what they see. It's not just the drug addicts. It's like the kids, and it's a lot, and it's just a lot, and it's really crazy to see it go on because I don't live that far from it,
right?
And it's like it's crazy that it's allowed right there, and there's like 6 blocks and. The people in the government, the city council members and shit. Like I've been on phone calls with them. They call it the Kensington Corridor. They have a fucking name for it. And like, well, look, if you have a name for it, why don't we do something about and like fix it? Because we're gonna. I don't think people really respect life anymore in this city, and I think a lot of people are getting killed because they just don't respect life no more. I got into a fight in a parking lot today, and I had to remind myself, "Hey, dickhead, you can get shot for being a dickhead." So I had to, but it just seems like there's no respect for life down there at all, and it's very sad. And for some reason, I feel like I have a moral obligation to film it down there. I don't go down there. I don't interview people. I don't do that. I try not to spend too much time on people. I don't know. I know I make jokes about it, but I make jokes about everything. And people get mad at me. If you ever see them, I've seen these chickens, and people get outraged by the chicken music.
Yeah.
But the name of the chicken song, the name of the song is called "Back to Normal." So it's kind of, and I don't even know if I ever explained it. The song is called "Back to Normal." So I play it as like a theme, like I want things to get back to normal in this neighborhood. And that's why I play the chicken music.
Okay.
And I don't know, but I know a lot of people who help people hate me. But
all right, I have two questions for you that I want to ask.
Sure, man.
All right, so my first question is, one, what do you feel like going down there filming it does for you? But aside from like, city council people or politicians seeing it, what does that do?
Dude, I'm talking to politicians weekly.
Okay. So you're just trying to be like, look, this is like, you're trying to like put it in their face.
Yeah, dude, I met the mayor the other day, and I asked him why, like, he closed down South Street because of gun violence, right? So the mayor was right here where you, and I said, what are you doing about Kensington Ave? Why don't you shut down Kensington Ave? You shut down South Street because of gun violence. People were dying every day in Kensington. Oh, you're here for all the good things, but you can't say anything about the bad things. Fix Kensington. Walking away from me, I said, fix fucking Kensington. Like, this is like, I'm yelling at the mayor about something about Kensington. And like I said, I am actively talking to politicians on a weekly basis. If I see some person and maybe hopefully, I don't want the kids at the school seeing.
And I agree with you 100%, bro. Right. I don't think the kids should have to see any of that, bro.
Right.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Right. That's my thing,
Okay.
And I don't, like I said, there's other guys that go down there and make videos.
Yeah. And I see them. I know their channels, bro. I know the channels.
And they'll interview people and they'll hear the sob story and all that stuff. My friend and my cousin died, right? They had addiction their entire life.
Yeah.
I get it. I know it. I know the story. I get it. I had friends who were. I was best friends with somebody who became a heroin addict.
Yeah.
And I saw what that happened, and I get it. It was the same three stories. I get it.
Right.
It wasn't the same story, but it all,
they're very similar.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So I'm just fucking fed up with it. And I'm just.
So my other question to you is
again.
All right. So my other question to you is, what is the fix? When you say fix Kensington, what's the fix?
People aren't openly shooting up heroin in front of children.
Well, that's the problem. But what's the fix?
You don't let people shoot up heroin in front of children in public.
How do you do that?
What's that?
How do you do that?
You arrest people who are openly shooting up heroin in public.
And okay, so that's okay, So you arrest people.
I think it's all perfectly logical. But
that's what they did in the 90s.
No, and listen, I see the logic behind that. I get that. So you arrest people using drugs in the open, they go to jail, but no matter what how many times they get arrested, it's still in this country. It's not a big crime. They'll be out in a month or two. So then, what's the long-term solution?
Well, here's the thing too. I'll tell you something I would like to do. I would do a thing. I would make, you know how they have a thing called the Kensington Corridor?
Okay.
I would make the Kensington Corridor something like a school zone where if you're using drugs in that property, penalties and fines would be double what they would be.
But you have to understand, they don't care about penalties or fines. And the police don't care.
But then you put them in jail.
The problem is,
it'll be a vicious circle.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like I've been to jail several times.
If you start arresting people for openly shooting drugs on Kensington Ave, let's just say I want the kids to go from Clearfield Street to Kensington and Allegheny without seeing anybody openly shooting up.
Right.
Okay?
Right on.
So that's my fix. So you just can't shoot up on those blocks. You just can't do it. And if you do it, you get arrested. And I think, look, I see what's going on at McPherson Square now. Ain't nobody in that park when the day camp's open. Why can't we do that at Kensington and Allegheny when the kids are getting out of Conwell or the kids getting out of? I mean, I don't even talk about the fact that there's an elementary school a block on Clearfield Street. There's little kids that walk past that shit. And
I got it, bro.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous that's the norm anywhere. I beg one day that everybody who's addicted to heroin, I hope they one day, just as a protest, because maybe they want to change too, and they just go at Rittenhouse Square and they just fucking sit there all strung out. What would happen? What would fucking happen?
Well, there's a lot of strung out people in Rittenhouse right now.
No, there's not. Not the way it is in Kensington.
Not the way it is.
Give me the fucking. It would not fucking happen. They would not allow it.
You're right.
And why is it okay for that shit to happen in Kensington and not Rittenhouse Square? Why? And it's not. What?
There's no answer to that.
All I think about is that 6-year-old kid. And why don't we give a fuck about that 6-year-old kid? That 6-year-old kid should mean more than anybody else. Anybody else. If you